hungry for death.
All right, welcome back. It's actually good timing because I'm guessing this episode is going to air on like October 20 something. So this is a Halloween story. One year, like the popular girls at our school, they all came to school, and they were bunnies, but they were like not. They were like the really like kind of bunnies that like should not. That like 13-year-old girls should be dressed as, right? They were like the not okay. Playboy's not the word, but it will be because a really popular dude at the school who the girls liked, he was just there. I guess he was just supposed to be Hugh Hefner, and I was like, how did this happen?
That's so...
Like, how did these? I was like, how did the girls let this happen, right? Because like. They made it seem like he just like knew they were gonna go as bunnies, and he just showed up in like a fucking like silk bathrobe or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Which is so stupid. And like as I said, I feel embarrassed for the people in this story, but I like wasn't a particularly popular kid in middle school. I just had a group of friends, kind of thing, right? And so I remember thinking like, wow, like this just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like how did...
Even when I was 13, I was like, God, what the fuck? Like, me and Max talked about this, I remember, during the Call of Duty Let's Play, and it was just like, you know, your parents start letting you do things like play M-rated games and watch R-rated movies when they see that you are like, you know, a mature enough person for them, right? You don't have to be 17 to watch an R-rated movie. By the time I was 14, I was pretty mature. I was more mature than like most of my peers, I would say. Like I've always found myself to be a fairly mature person. So my mom just did not care if I wanted to play, you know, bad video games or watch like bad movies. Bad being like, you know, violent or whatever. Didn't matter. But I remember when I was 13, I was sort of reaching that level, and I was like, wow, really? Like, geez, what the fuck? Like, imagine what those girls' parents think of them. No? Like. You can go as a bunny, whatever. I'm not going to be like a prude or whatever, but if that happens too, that's just like fucked. Like, what the hell? You know? That middle school, that's where I broke my arm. That's the only bone I've broken. And so, the way I told the story was I fell and I hit my wrist on the ground and it snapped the bone. That's not actually what happened. I didn't used to tell the true story, because what actually happened is not like necessarily embarrassing. It's just harder to explain. So we were playing like bump or something in PE, basketball, right? Yeah. And so I was about to shoot, and this kid came from behind me. He was this super ripped dude, really strong guy, and he came from behind and blocked me. We were playing bump. You can't block people in bump. It was just him being an asshole, right? And he blocked me. It was horrible timing. It was right before I released the ball. So the ball was on my fingertips, and he pushed it back. And this was a really strong guy.
Right.
So it snapped the bone. I was in horrible pain. He never even knew that he broke my arm. Like, and he was just an asshole.
Yeah,
so like it was just like, oh, I'm in middle school. I'm going to be a funny asshole man. And, like, you know, the girls will think it's funny or something, right? This is PE, right? Like, middle school PE is like, you know...
Show off hour.
You know. Yeah, so, so being good at basketball was also, like, you know, status or whatever sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't actually good enough to make the middle school basketball team. What ended up happening was... I thought I was good enough when I was in 8th grade, and I had to miss one of the tryout days because I was like out of town. I had to go out of town for some reason, so that's why I got cut. I'm pretty sure, but I was like sort of one of the better players that couldn't make the team, so I was like kind of there, but not really there. But he broke my arm. I couldn't play that season. I like missed most of the year. I had a cast on my arm for 5 weeks. It was a complete what they call like a hairline fracture, where you see the x-ray and you can basically just see that the bone is broken, but nothing is dislocated. None of the bone is gone, that kind of thing. They just put it in a cast so it stays straight and it heals in a month, right? Yeah, but that's why I say that middle school broke my arm, because it was just some asshole kid at that school, right? That school was weird. So this boss fight, by the way, is like sort of gimmicky. You
This
just
one
kind
kind
of.
of sucks ass, but
I did not like this fight at all
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
I think it looks cool, but it's mechanically it kind of.
And there's some Ash people.
And there are some Ash people that can just.
Haha, you are now just Ash on the
You were
ground.
embracing your loved ones before your demise.
The poopy. But yeah, middle school. Middle school was just weird because I like went to Broadview as a kid, and then I like really wanted to go there. I wanted to go to Whitman, and I didn't. I didn't get in. I couldn't because of the area. They wouldn't let me go there. My mom literally went down to the district offices and got me in there.
Uh-huh.
They said, oh, we can only get you in regular classes, but my test scores were so high that I got into regular classes, and they put me in the advanced classes like right after that, because I was just like, my test scores were too good or whatever. I was too smart, you know. I was too big of a bruh. You know. Yeah, I honestly like middle school. I've said this a lot, and like everyone still has their insecurities and like the things they don't like about themselves. The middle school was like the one period where I really didn't like myself. People talk about like everyone has periods of time where they didn't like who they were. They tried to be someone they weren't. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
In elementary school, I was the most completely oblivious. Like I did not care what anyone thought of me kind of kid. Not in a way that I was a really nice kid when I was young.
But just like.
And I've never like not been a nice person. Just in that period of my life, I didn't care what anybody thought really of what I did.
Right.
I just did whatever I thought was fun or right or whatever. And when I got to like 6th grade, I became a little more self-aware of who I was and the people around me. And that's something everyone needs to do. You do need to be self-aware of who you are, so you don't just like smell awful in the middle of like a lecture hall or something, right?
Uh-huh.
You're like aware of like what
Yeah.
you're doing and like what you need to do around others to be like a real person. But when I reached middle school, I was trying to be cool. Like it just felt really bad. Because when I made it to high school, specifically 10th grade, that stopped completely. And I would say it was connected to sports, but my time playing Little League Baseball, which was in middle school, was a really good fun time for me. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of good friends that way. Actually, all my really good friends were through baseball, not really through school.
Right.
I didn't have a lot of great friends through middle school like at all, pretty much.
Me neither.
Middle school is just like
It really sucks.
it's just an awkward time for everyone, right? Like,
Yeah, I was super self-conscious too. I feel like.
and then self-consciousness for me, I think, really went away around 10th grade or 11th grade. I'm still like awkward around a lot of people that I just met and stuff,
Yeah. I
but
think everybody.
that's not like me being like self-conscious of who I am. That's just this fight sucks. That's not me being like self-conscious of who I am. That's just me. Man, he's really sniping ya.
I don't have Griffin, so I can't get the double jump in. Mad dude.
Oh yeah, V's double jump is crazy good. He's getting some clean stabs on you. And then he goes back up with literally no HP left.
You're like,
Tee-hee. You're like, poo-poo.
I feel like if I liked like anime or something in middle school, like I'd be like so embarrassed about it and just like never talked about it ever. But like,
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
at Broadview, there was this teacher named Mr. Gillette that a lot of them had, and he had like a drawing, like a manga drawing club that
cool.
Josh and Tierra would go to, and they would watch anime there sometimes. He said. Anyway, it just when I made it to high school, it stopped caring. I'm in college now. I don't really care. Whatever, People can think what they think. I try to be nice to everyone. Maybe sometimes too much, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Got it. Yeah, I remember having a similar experience in this fight. You're like almost done, and then. By the way, can you control Nightmare's attacks at all?
yeah, you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot about V. I just
I'm
never.
pretty bad at it, but
A lot about V. I just never bothered to figure out.
You just press circle a bunch, really. But the
Quick, man, quick! You're almost out of health.
no,
You're so close. Oh god, goobity gag.
why'd it go back up, asshole?
There's no one there. When his fucking plant dudes get fucked up, he comes back down.
There you are.
Oh.
There we go. This one's cool.
He had literally no health. What the fuck? He came back down and you shot him like once. Is that the animation you always get?
I thought there was a different.
I was gonna say, I don't remember you pinning him to his fucking nest.
I just remember the one where he like. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a different boss where you like slide across.
He's where the eggs come from. Nidhogg.
Oh yeah.
I guess so.
About that. He probably.
Nidhogg is like a. That's like a, what is that? Like a, is it Norse? Is it from the Bible? It sounds familiar. What is that? What is that word?
I don't know.
It's not in like Fate anywhere, and
I
like
think
Fate teaches you all about mythology. So
maybe it's Norse. I feel like I remember hearing it in like God of War or something. But
have I told you? So I'm recording another podcast episode with Kyle tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dude, did I tell you why I'm going on another episode?
No.
So we were going to talk about like Josh started playing Fate Grand Order, so we were going to talk about that. But more specifically, I was going to come on and we were just going to like talk about Fate for like a super. Oh, you only got an A, yeah. Was that because of the damage?
Yeah, it took too much damage.
We were gonna don't rate lol. Yeah, because that was just a dude in your game. It's weird. Anyway, so we were gonna talk about Fate for a while, but we just had a good natural flow because there's 4 of us, right? It's like not hard to maintain a conversation with 4 people.
Yeah.
And we were at like an hour 10 and we hadn't talked about Fate at all, and I was like, I'll just come back next week and we'll just lead with that and then we'll just run with it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing this next upcoming podcast tomorrow.
Have they all watched like all the Fate properties, or just like
they've watched the important ones?
So like Heaven's Feel and Zero and stuff.
Zero and Unlimited Blade Works, and then Kyle Q and Josh haven't seen the Heaven's Feel movies yet, but
those are like important too, though. Right?
They're important in a different way because they're like an alternate route to the Unlimited Blade Works. But we're not here to talk about Fate. We're here to play Funny Devil Game.
Epic.
Beat up those funny devils.
Devil.
Demon Hunter is a Hearthstone class, so I always say Demon Hunter. They don't use the word demon; they say devil.
Yeah,
it's like different.
It's
like the same, but
just
not
epic and also devil.
Lots of reviews for this game were just like, "Bruh, Nico's pretty epic."
Hey, Nico funny.
Or they're like, "Damn, Nico looking fine," and that's the whole review. And it's like recommended 95 hours in game.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Steam reviews have become like one of my favorite forms of social media because you can comment on them. So people that post bait reviews have comments that are like, "God, this is such a stupid review. I can't believe someone played this game and thought this."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's funny. Nidhogg is a dragon / serpent who gnaws at the root of the world tree, and that's like Yggdrasil. Let me see you say that. Yggdrasil. YGG.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You know it's a good word when it starts with YGG. Often angelicized as Nidhogg. And then there's a game called Nidhogg, which is like a fencing game.
Oh.
You heard of it?
No.
It's like I think it's like supposed to be like, it's like a simplistic, like old 8-bit. Looks like it could run on an Atari almost kind of fencing game.
But it's like new.
No, it's been around for years. I think it's just like new, as in like it's not an old game.
Yeah,
it's like from the last 10 years, kind of new. I love that Spike's move. That his
yeah, that one's awesome.
What is this panther called? Shadow.
Shadow Griffin or Nightmare. They're all edgy.
Shadow Griffin and Nightmare.
Griffin spelled with an O.
It's just a smorgasbord of edginess. The one thing about V is, God, his music. Oh.
It's like Hot Topic.
It's like the most metal, like trying to be metal, but like just maybe too edgy almost. I would say it's like edgier than normal metal would be.
No, yeah, definitely.
It's like trying to be like punk and like metal and like screaming sounds.
It's like what's Bury Me? What band does that song?
Oh my God, The Catching.
The Killing. Wait.
The Killing. What are the? Oh no, that's 30 Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds to Mars. I don't know. It reminds
Break
me of something like
me
I don't know what
that's. Bury me.
Bury.
That fucking. That's the song that's Jared
Yeah.
Leto's band. That is such a weird fact to me. I cannot believe that. It's so weird.
Joe Carter. He's like a real, like he's been in like like Requiem for a Dream, which I've heard is pretty good.
He's like he was good in that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and he's good in Blade Runner and stuff. But
does he play a villain in Blade Runner?
yeah, he's like
If he feels like he'd play a villain well. There's an achievement you get here for shooing this guy. And I don't even know if I have it, because I only played the mission once and I didn't get it. You have to like beat this thing back up or whatever.
yeah. I think I've done it once because I think I have the achievement.
Because Kyle, yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even have it. But I don't even know what you did there though. Like
I
you
think I
just kind of
beat
hit
up
it.
a bunch.
You just kind of hit it a bunch of times, and it just kind of was like, okay. Okay, there's no great moment to transition, so we're gonna pause and go next time. In Ben's play, Van's gonna fight the Scythe fellas. Quick, Van, the Scythe fellas approach.
Ah.
Okay, bye.